Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. Meow. My name is Tonia, and today we're discussing how to look at any lunation event and your particular chart to determine what house it's in. If you're like, huh, don't worry, I got you. Lunation event means new moon or full moon. So if you're somebody looking at your chart, like, what does it mean that there's a new moon or a full moon in this sign or that sign? By the end of this video, you're going to be able to find out using whole sign astrology. So, moving forward, before we jump into that, if you're new to the channel and you resonate with this content, welcome. Subscribe if you do feel in alignment and you're not already subscribed. If you've been here forever, hey, good to see ya. Number two, like this video if it brings you any value whatsoever, because it helps other people get the information, and it's a cool way to give back to our here community on the interwebs. Last but not least, if you are a savvy cat astrologer in aspiration of pursuing more skills and you're just either new to astrology entirely or you're just already pretty savvy and you're growing this awareness that you need to advance further yet, then the WizdomDropz Astrology School is currently enrolling. I am excited to offer free 30-minute conference calls with people who are interested in enrolling, and you can find the link for that down below in the description box. Now, let's get into this business. So you have a new moon, you have a full moon. What sign is it in? We are going to use whole sign astrology by using the sign that it's in based off of your ascendant. So what is your ascendant? The ascendant is your rising sign. So looking at your chart, what's the rising sign? You find that, you count that as number one, okay? From there, you continue the wheel and then you go around until you get to the sign in question that has the full moon or the new moon in it. From there, that will tell you what house that energy of the new moon or the full moon is going to be happening in. And that will then tell you what areas of life experience you are likely to experience that energy in. So here's an example to go around what I have just articulated for you. Say you're a Capricorn rising. Your first house would become all of Capricorn using whole sign astrology. So from 0 to 29 degrees, that's your first house of Capricorn. If in fact your ascendant falls anywhere in Capricorn, even if your ascendant starts at 29 degrees of Capricorn, by whole sign astrology, your first house is 0 to 29 degrees of Capricorn. You feel? You feel. All right, that's how whole sign works. Then all of Aquarius would become your second house in that instance. Now, say the full moon was in Virgo, right? Like we just had, literally, this past weekend. And say in this example, you're still a Capricorn rising. Now, that's going to be a full moon in your ninth house by whole sign astrology. Now, if you're a Capricorn rising by Placidus astrology, you might be finding that your Virgo house is actually your eighth house. You don't know. Maybe it somehow becomes your 10th house you know? So there's a possibility that it's not going to line up with what you see on the Placidus house system. And that's where a lot of people get confused. But with that said, you just use the simple method of whole sign astrology. You can get specific and look at the Placidus if you want to. You can if you want to determine what house it's in. But this is an ancient predictive technique. It's very simple, it's very straightforward, and it revolves around whole sign astrology. So if we were to take it back a notch, let's just go say that you were a Libra. If you were a Libra rising, the Virgo full moon would have happened in your 12th whole sign house, which means that 12th house themes of life would become present. Whereas if you're a Capricorn rising and the full moon's in the ninth house themes of life would become present in relationship to the full moon at hand. So in the ninth house example, themes of higher spirituality and beliefs and higher knowledge that is worth knowing, that is worth keeping, that is worth sharing, wisdom. Those sorts of themes are going to come up, okay? The pursuit of philosophical belief systems, the pursuit of like-mindedness and expansion of one's understandings and philosophical positionings within the world as we know it. That's the ninth house. If you're a Capricorn, you just had a full moon in that whole sign house. Now, on the converse, in our other example, if you're a Libra and you have this in your 12th house, then that's going to be giving you a lot more of an experience around your subconscious and what is hidden, what is mystical, what is in retreat, what is unknown even to yourself, what needs to come up to be purged in reference to these deep subconscious psychological shift points in your own makeup, in your own DNA, so to speak. So these are very different themes of life. One house is associated with isolation and retreat and even deep research, as well as, detachment and loss. And, both are very spiritual. The other house, however, the ninth house, is much more associated with joy, joy of the spirit. So, philosophy, adventure, exploration, you know. So both of these houses are similar in that they're spiritual and highly different in that the manifestation of those energies it comes about in different ways. So just from something as simple as the whole sign house, you begin to develop nuance as to how you might interpret an astrological event such as a new moon or a full moon in your particular chart using whole sign astrology. Isn't it nifty? I know it's so damn nifty. Hit that like button since you know this brought you value. If you are interested in a reading, you can hit me up at the Gmail address down below. I do book sessions accordingly. And with that said, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.